Acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney is clarifying his comments regarding the withholding of military aid from Ukraine. In a statement Thursday evening, Mulvaney said there was absolutely no quid pro quo involving those funds in any investigation into the 2016 election and the DNC's hacked email server. He adds that once again, the mainstream media has misconstrued his comments to advance a, quote, bias and political witch hunt against President Trump. Mulvaney adds the president never told him to withhold any money, and the reason was due to concerns over a lack of support from other nations and corruption. He also points out the funds were delivered without any action by Ukraine regarding the server. Meantime, Democrats on Capitol Hill are already expressing interest in having Mulvaney testify as part of their impeachment inquiry. The panels leading that effort, the Intel, Foreign Affairs, and Oversight Committees, have already issued a subpoena to the official for Ukraine-related documents. That deadline is set for Friday. However, following Mulvaney's comments, lawmakers are now looking to have him testify in person over his most recent remarks. This comes as several other officials from the White House, Pentagon, and State Department have also been asked to testify in the coming days. One America's Marty Golingan explains.
Then what did McKinney say yesterday? Well, McKinney said yesterday that he was really upset with the political influence in foreign policy. That was one of the reasons he was so upset about this. And I have news for everybody. Get over it. There's going to be political influence in foreign policy.
Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney brushes off accusations from career government officials testifying to Democrats about the way President Trump handles his diplomacy overseas.
That is going to happen. Elections have consequences, and foreign policy is going to change from the Obama administration to the Trump administration. And what you're seeing now, I believe, is a group of mostly career bureaucrats who are saying, you know what, I don't like President Trump's politics, so I'm going to participate in this witch hunt that they're undertaking on the Hill.
During a press briefing Thursday, Mulvaney said the president absolutely brought up accusations against Ukraine with him and expressed concern the country was still under the thumb of corruption. He then confirmed U.S. military aid was withheld from Ukraine to nudge the country to investigate alleged interference in the 2016 election.
We do that all the time with foreign policy. We were holding up money at the same time for, the Northern Triangle countries. We were holding up aid at the Northern Triangle countries so that they would change their policies on immigration.
Mulvaney also said the suspended aid was in no way tied to former Vice President Joe Biden or his son Hunter. This comes as reports say President Trump routinely spoke with his personal attorney Rudy Giuliani about concerns over alleged interference in the 2016 campaign on the part of Ukraine, accusing Kiev of secretly hiding data from the DNC servers and manufacturing evidence against former Trump campaign chair Paul Manafort.
So the server, they say, is held by a company whose primary ownership individual is from Ukraine. I'd like to see the server.
Mulvaney shut down concerns about Giuliani and confirmed the president deferred all Ukraine matters to go through his personal attorney because it was the president's decision to make.
The president gets to set foreign policy, and he gets to choose who to do so, as long as it doesn't violate any law. Okay, he doesn't violate any laws regarding confidential information or classified material, anything like that. The president gets to use who he wants to do.
The acting chief of staff then addressed criticism of a White House cover-up, following reports of officials placing the reconstructed transcript of the now infamous Ukraine call in a separate computer system.
Let me ask you this. If we wanted to cover this up, would we have called the Department of Justice almost immediately and had them look at the transcript of the tape, which we did, by the way, right? If we wanted to cover this up, would we have released it to the public? Everyone wants to believe there's a cover-up. You don't give stuff to the public and say, here it is, if you're trying to cover something up.
Mulvaney's remarks come as he becomes a central figure in the impeachment inquiry, after being mentioned in several depositions from State Department and national security officials. The Democrats have subpoenaed him for documents related to the Ukrainian aid. This as the White House continues to reject any demands brought by the House majority regarding the impeachment probe. Marty Golingan, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.